Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. So today I decided that I was going to share a life lesson with you that I have learned in the past few weeks. And that is this one truth. When you have a chronically ill child, homeschooling is a must. Let me just begin by saying that I have not always had a chronically ill child. One of my children last year was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And so up until recently, she had been, pretty healthy. But the last few months have really been a trial for us. And it has really helped me to realize how crucial it is that we continue to homeschool her. And I've seen when we go to the doctor's office, very often there will be children who also have other chronic illnesses there. And I'm always hearing parents there lamenting the fact that their kids are missing so much school because of all of the appointments that they have to keep making. And I hear them trying to juggle things around with the receptionist so that their kids don't have to miss any more school than what they have already missed. And as someone who's only been dealing with this for a very short period of time, I can't imagine being a parent who not only has been dealing with a chronically ill child for years, but also has been trying to juggle a chronically ill child while keeping them in school. Because here's the thing. My daughter recently just spent a week in the hospital, and the next several weeks in our lives are going to be filled with appointment after appointment for her. And as I'm pondering all of the things that we have to do, my heart goes out to the parents who have kids who are going through issues similar to this, or maybe issues that are not similar to this, but that still are very time consuming or that are very hard to go through. And, there is no other way to educate a chronically ill child effectively than a homeschooling situation. And so what I keep thinking about is these parents who have their kids in school and are trying to juggle all of the appointments and everything. On top of that, when their kids are hospitalized, they're also trying to figure out how their kids are going to make up all the work that they miss. And not just during hospitalizations, but from all of the appointments that they have, or therapies or various things that they have to go to. And parents are constantly trying to figure out, how is it that their child is going to get all of their work done? How is it that they're going to be able to complete the school year? And so very often these kids end up having just a huge load of work to do while they're at home that they've got to get caught up with during school. And the thing is that kids who are really sick, and kids who are really sick all the time, don't need the additional burden of having all of this schoolwork being foisted upon them just so that they can keep up with the rest of the class. My daughter's stay in the hospital, believe it or not, was a very educational time for her. And it's not something that I intentionally set out to do. It's not something that I thought to myself, well, I'm going to make everything into a homeschooling lesson for her. It's not like that at all. It was completely natural, because the thing is that when you have a child who is ill, their treatments they're learning from their treatments. They are learning about the right foods to eat. They are learning about the vitamins that they should be taking. They are learning about medications that they should be taking, the importance of getting exercise, and everything that is affecting them in any way is something that they are taking in information. And that is information that is going to not only help them, but it is going to stick with them. It has a meaning for them. There is meaning when they are learning something that is going to directly affect their lives, how they live, and how they feel. And all of this, extra schoolwork that is being put on these kids just for them to memorize things long enough for a test. Kids who are sick don't need that. being sick in itself is an education, and even just going beyond that, when my daughter was in the hospital, she was keeping herself busy, with crafts and with reading and with doing puzzles and with writing stories. And, I fully understand that not all kids can do that when they are in the hospital or when they are sick at home. But again, it just goes back to kids don't need to have that stress of trying to make up missed work when they are chronically ill. And I really want to encourage parents. I want to urge parents who have children who are chronically ill to consider homeschooling them. Your children are going to learn so much more from the everyday situations that they are dealing with, especially when it comes to their health, then they're going to learn from being pressured to do all of this schoolwork in the times when they are feeling really, really crummy. So, and I understand that that's really, it's going to take a lot of paradigm shifting for a lot of parents, because a lot of parents don't understand that learning does not have to look like textbooks. It doesn't have to look like homework. It doesn't have to look like worksheets and tests. True learning is something that your child is going to be able to naturally pick up from the things that are going on around them. And these are the things that they are going to absorb and that they are going to retain and that are going to be the most helpful for them. What your kids need most when they are sick is they need to be home. They need the peace of being with family, and they need to have any additional and unnecessary pressure taken off of them, because I'm telling you, going through an illness with your child is an education all in itself. And that's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you'll have to leave one over on Instagram because YouTube has disabled my comments. And if you like my work and would like to check out my Patreon page, I will leave that link in the description box as well. And I hope you have a great day.